Check it out. It's Saturday morning. I'm doing some work in my N8N Workflows. The overall project here, I'm doing market research on a bunch of companies that are ultimately prospects for my consulting business. But what I wanted to share today, I figured out a nice little mini workflow for this one part of my process. It has to do with documentation. So I wrote this workflow a couple weeks ago, and it's been long enough that I don't remember exactly what I did. Now I can figure it out, but it's a waste of time. I have to open each node, look in there, and trying to remember what I said, what I did. And this is where documentation comes in. Instead of having to go research this, I would like to have a description of exactly what this thing does. So, in order to generate that description, if I haven't done it yet, let me go back out here and we're going to pull up a different one. We'll hit save on this. Let's say this one right here. All right. So here's this workflow. I've used this. I remember using it. I know it works well and it looks pretty straightforward, but what are the details inside of each of these things? So check this out. I'm going to hit Ctrl+A to select everything. Then I'll hit Ctrl+C. That copies this to my clipboard in the form of JSON. Now, over here in Claude, let me go up to the very top. I gave it this prompt. Consider this attached JSON. Output some text formatted as markdown, so I can copy and paste it onto a sticky note in the workflow. So we'll have documentation. So I already did a couple of these. Let's do another one. Here's the next one. I'll paste that in there. We'll hit go. Now you can do the same thing in ChatGPT or Gemini. I have this configured just so. I also have this council, AI Engineering Council. That's another video. I talk about that a lot, but in any case, there we go. Now, in just a few seconds, I have my documentation. Now I'm going to come back here. There are a number of ways you could do this, but I'm clicking in the white space. Do right click, add sticky note, then we'll double click this. Ctrl+A to select everything. We'll press delete so I have a blank space. I'd already got it from my clipboard on the last step. You know what? Let's do that one more time. I'll just come back here. Back to Claude. We'll hit copy just to make sure. Got that on my clipboard. Now I'll come back here, double click into this. Ctrl+V as in Victor to paste. And that's it. So now this is all in there. I'm holding Control on my keyboard and zooming out. I'm dragging this over. Hold Control. Move this little guy. Now we're gonna resize this whole thing so it's all easy to read. That's it. So I've spent just a few minutes this morning getting all of these. There are variations we could do on this. Eventually we can have more, better, standardized methods, framework. This is really, really good though. In doing this in a couple different phases. That's it. I generated some documentation for my N8N Workflows, just so it's just that much easier for me to understand what I did last week. This is especially important if you're using a team environment. You know, if you're working with other members on a team, documentation is more important today than maybe it ever has been. Between some new AI tool or some other human being that needs to understand what this workflow is doing, now we have it well documented. That's it. See you next time.